everybody to understand it could happen to anybody. I'm glad that everybody is ready to say the facts and nothing but the facts. If all these things had been on ground long before now, we would have arrived to a particular point. When this thing came to be, we could not allow this thing to be speaking out, to be spoken out by the people of this Senate. Everybody will be hiding feelings, running away from blames. You don't want to say precisely what is on ground. I said it in this chamber that the Boko Haram are all over. They are all over in this country. When they were fighting them in the northeast there, they ran down into the mainstream Nigeria as a whole. They were hiding. They move around with the people to tap information, trying to know how to go about. And it has got to this point now that we are suffering it. If we keep sentiment aside, we speak as a body, as a people of Nigeria, I am telling you, Boko Haram would have long been a way out of this country. Because at times, we normally speak, try to do some sentimation by saying that we are Muslim, we are Christians.
Distinguished. Please, I don't think there's any senator here who stood up to say he's Muslim, he's Christian, he's this sentiment. We are senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we are trying to find a solution to a very serious and nagging problem. I think we have to be just okay.
Sir, as you earlier said, my trying to differentiate in that way, if you see me as I'm standing there this way, you won't know whether I'm a Muslim or not a Christian. So I speak the mind of what I think other people feel. I could say I'm a Muslim, I could say I'm a Christian. As long as I'm from the north, nobody can dictate who I am unless I open my mouth to say, this is where I belong. So if I'm speaking this thing, I include myself, even the Christians. They are sell out too. Nobody is not blamed on this case. All of us, both the Christian and the Muslim, we are sell out. Where they get money, they give them money to pass information. They are the same people that go to buy food and give it to Boko Haram in the bush. This thing has been happening. Most of even some of my brothers have been seen doing this. This is the same thing with some of the houses. This is something that you said that we should speak the fact. It has been happening. They go around to give information to where they are not supposed to give information. We see it, we heard it, we complain, and nobody goes to save the situation. Now that it has come, I could remember time without number. Many of my people have been slaughtered. I buried about 120, 130 in one grave. Not just because of anything, because of the Boko Haram that continues to bring all this kind of problem in this country. We know the problem, but we are refusing to take it into consideration. But now it has come. If it means us taking it more harder than hard it was before, we should better do it right now. This is the right time. No going back. We'll take it, and most time we don't implement what we talk. Once we talk it and we finish and get out of this place, we forget what we want to do. Nigerians are too common in doing these things. Instead of taking things into consideration, we don't take it. You will talk your mind, you will do this today, do this tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, it will no longer be hard. Time without number that we have been saying this. Solutions to all these things, if you are in front as a war fighter, go with your plans, go with what you have in your mind to go and do. Don't stop exposing yourself outside. Don't let everybody know what you are having in mind to go and do outside. If the moment you start speaking that people have hurt you, they will start planning on taking another different step. If we are trying to do this thing, as we did this morning, we sat as a closed door meeting. Let's take our decision here. Meet the president, reveal that this is what we discussed with my senators and all this, and this is what I want to do. How do you see it? No, sir, president will say, okay, go ahead. Myself, president. If we don't do that, as we're talking here, people are hearing, this is what shown our concern that the situation in the country is beyond repairable. If we are doing this, after taking a decision, let it be a closed door meeting. As we are making this noise, people will see all we have spoken. But sit down, articulate all what we want to do anywhere, then we'll first the reality and face the music squarely as the way it's supposed to be. Anytime we talk and we started to frame all our decision, what we want to do in this country, people are sitting there watching us, they will take all what we have said and they will change the method. Try to adopt a different system, they will cannot be able to get them. Please, this is just my piece of advice. If need be, whatever we discuss as people in a closed door meeting, let us be kept there. I will continue with different things that we are going to discuss and face the reality thereafter. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Samebu.
Thank you. Areas, and that is why after a place has been liberated and our displaced civilians asked to go back, because they don't have enough soldiers to man and stay in those areas, Boko Haram will find their way back and attack people. When you settle our IDPs, because they are farmers, they want to go to the farm to get their food. And then in the farm, maybe because the few soldiers are within the town, the farming areas or the farmlands don't have presence of soldiers. And they will also be caught there and slaughtered like we just saw now. So the idea of training our civilian JTF is very, very important. But here I want to say, it's not just training them. We have to be strategic. In training them, they should go back to their villages and stay. And not only giving military training, but giving proper orientation. In Afghanistan, like in Vietnam, despite the superiority of American weapons, they were not able to conquer this area because the inhabitants were determined, had the strong will and resilience to defend their land. So if we get these JTF that are properly trained, they should go to their areas. So when the soldiers were able to flush these terrorists, they will stay back with their military experience and defend their land. That is the secret of the whole process. So I support that they should be trained, more JTFs, and not only trained, properly deployed and given the proper military and ideological training to be able to know that this is my land. No matter what happens, I can't leave for anybody. And with that spirit, they must always defend that area. And once a place has been secured and secured, it will be difficult for people to start talking about Boko Haram going back to those areas to attack the civilians. Mr. President, the second issue and the last one is with regards to the military and defense pacts we have with countries with other countries. Mr. President, I remember vividly that in May 2018, the former British Prime Minister Theresa May visited Nigeria among two other countries, South Africa and Kenya. And when she came to Nigeria, she signed a military treaty or pact with Nigeria to provide military equipment and training to our soldiers. We are talking about bringing missionaries. In as much as we want to do that, what about the countries we have signed military pacts with? It is not a shame if Nigeria will approach those countries for assistance. I believe that when that happens, we'll be able to be in a position to actually flush out these terrorists once and for all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, is there anybody against